All right. Shalom, shalom. Face the east. All praises, honor, and glory to
Yahawah,
BAHASHAM,
Yahawashi,
BAHASHAM,
All right, again, double honors to us elders in Millstone. Shalom, shalom to all you brothers out there teaching the truth in sincerity. All right, the Hebrew Israelites back here again once again. The prophets at the downfall of Esau's kingdom to bring remembrance to the Egyptians of Israel, to exist in so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, to bring it back to our God, which is Yahawah, to our Lord, YAHAWASHI, which is Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Yahawah is what this word in English calls God. Yah means He. Hawa means to exist, to be. All right, BAHASHAM is in the name. All right, YAHAWASHI is what this word in English calls Jesus. All right, Yah means He. YAHAWASHI means saves and delivers. All of that is in the Paleo-Hebrew tongue, which is the ancient Hebrew tongue spoken by the ancient Israelites, which are all ancestors. We are to return back onto that language to call upon the Heavenly Father and the Son on it. All right, which is basically that unknown tongue that is talked about. This is unknown to this world, and we're returning back onto that language. All right, we're returning back onto that language. You don't need to know the entire Bible in that language. You need to know the names. That's what's important. All right. The one that this can't share some edifying, brothers and sisters, ultimately the role of the Spirit. You know, I say a lot of you brothers already know that we're in the Day of Atonement right now. So hopefully you brothers and you female sisters aren't drinking or eating right now. You know, because this is the time where we afflict our souls. All right, and while this is happening, you know, I've been seeing people online talk about how they're eating, drinking, and shit like that. You know, a lot of these people they're gonna die in these coming days. You want to get Proverbs 22?
And these people who are still eating and drinking throughout all these Day of Atonements, they're not atoning for their past sins.
Yeah,
which means it's just gonna build up all the way until the day they die.
Which is iniquity.
Yeah, that's iniquity. It's just gonna keep building up. And I don't know if you heard about it. Let me get the post it. I didn't get to host it, but you hear about the food stamps? They're making changes to food stamps, and it's going to affect a lot of people. You know, it's pretty much you can pretty much call it a shutdown. But they're really attacking the food stamps. You know, a lot of people already are making complaints about the prices of food. You know, and a lot of these people, they're going to starve if they don't take the MOTV, which is the mark of the beast.
They're doing that also September. They're doing that shutdown again. September they're doing them shutdowns. And just like what happened in 2020. And you know how it is. A lot of corporations, a lot of these jobs, you know, they're gonna have those mandates again. You already know what I'm talking about. You know, they're gonna have the mandates. You know, and I'm sure a lot of you Jakes still gonna fall for it because you Jakes are like.
Put a little bit of pressure on Jake. First, Jake doesn't want to take it, right? Then they try to rise up against it, and then they put a little bit of pressure on it, and Jake can't take the heat. You know, and they basically bend the knee.
They bend the knee because at the same time, when Jake don't want to take it, what do? They try to bribe Jake into like getting coupons or free Happy Meals, or you get free gift cards or whatever, whatnot. And then some Jakes are gonna go like no, you know, and you know what this devil did last time, you know. Then they try to force it, and then of course, the elect gonna go like hey, fuck this, we're not gonna take that shit. Stop.
Okay, all right.
So
not until it gets like super heavy.
So basically, that's what's gonna happen. The same thing. Except, but you don't know what this devil got up his sleeve already, because this devil is just gonna make it worse. He's gonna make it worse, and this devil, he learns from it. He takes notes. Yeah, he takes notes. He knows how many Jake took and how many didn't, and all that.
those things that he does, like with the bribery and stuff like that, that's enchantment. When you're enchanted with something, it's similar to you being charmed. You know, you're being charmed. You know, and Esau does that by the way of his bribery, by the way of his propaganda that he causes in the media, social media, you know, or just the news media or anything like that. And anything that goes outside of it, he calls it misinformation or false news. All right. This is what Esau relies on. All right. But just as the scripture said, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, so we're not gonna fall for that shit. And even if we lose our jobs or anything like that, YAHAWASHI is going to sustain us. You know, just speaking personally with my brothers over here. You know, all the brothers over here. You know, during 2021 and 2022. No, it was 2022. You know, we didn't even have a job all the way through that entire year. You know, we lost that job due to the mandates and the peer pressure that Esau was doing upon Jake, mainly Jake, because they know that Jake is going to be the ones mostly not taking it. You know, and they're putting that pressure on them, and it makes the jobs basically. Fire you for not taking it due to safety concerns. You know, so we didn't have a job throughout that entire year, but YAHAWASHI sustained us. Still kept food on the table and had the roof over our head because the Lord did that. You know, we didn't do that through our own ability. A lot of people already became homeless during that time. They became homeless. They didn't know what to do. You know, until they folded and took it. You know, YAHAWASHI kept us up, kept us sustained.
I can't word it right.
We're about to live through those times, and Esau's gonna go heavy because the mandates were nothing but a precursor for what is to come next, and they're walking the line of the NWO. All right, which the NWO stands for. I know it's in the algorithm, but they're gonna put a information thing at the bottom of the title, so they just ignore that shit, man. You know, NWO stands for New World Order. You know, and Esau's walking that path to basically set up his kingdom the way he wants it to, just like what it says in Isaiah, I believe it's the 14th chapter, that Esau wants to be like the Most High. You know, Esau wants to be in control of people. He wants. That's where the saying where that one world order and everything's connected and everything like that. You know, that one government and one currency, everything. You know, Esau wants to set that up where he has direct control over everything and everybody. What you do and everything. Esau wants control like that. He wants to sit like the Most High. You know. We're watching it before our eyes, man. A lot of people are still blind to it, even though we're telling them. I heard Elder Maka'ala, he said something like, everybody listens to the prophets, but nobody listens to the prophets. Like they said, they listen to certain things, but they don't listen to all of it. And just like what it says in Ezekiel the 33rd chapter. They listen to what's like a lovely song, but you know, when they go away, you know, they move close to the Heavenly Father with the words, but the heart is far from Him. You know, it's the same thing. It's the same thing with all these people. You know. Yeah, YAHAWASHI is going to keep us. He's going to keep us fed. You know, he's going to keep us fed and safe in these coming times. When they start pushing the RFID chip, man, that's the mark of the beast. You know, you've been seeing. I don't know if your brother's watching it with Elder Maka'ala. He did a video on it. You know, when they're talking about the food stamps. he's watching some shorts and stuff like that. One of the Jakes was talking about that they're going to set up the mark of the beast. Now, where do they get that information from? Where do they get this information from? You know, so when people start seeing the RFID strips start being pushed, it's going to be claimed by a lot of these wacky tacky Christians that it's the mark of the beast. But where did they get that information from? You know, they got it from the prophets of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. A lot of these false teachers, false prophets are going to try to shift up their doctrine to call it that, or completely fold the Esau and say that it's not, and get it on camera. You know, like Nathaniel did. You know, and certain of their his higher ups. You know, this was all the way back. I think it's 2019. I'm not entirely sure. You know, but I remember seeing that video. You know, where they were get it on camera. You know, there's some evil ass shit, man. Because you're feeding your sheep the wrong food. They're gonna eventually throw up and die from it. Because you're not feeding them properly. You know, you're supposed to eat the whole roll of the scriptures, man. That's where it's healthy. You know, though it's bitter at first, it becomes healthy. It makes you live a long life. This is where immortality comes from.
It comes sweet, then it becomes bitter, then it becomes healthy. You know, pretty much, because the scriptures is life. You know, you don't heat to it. It's just everything else outside the scripture is death.
That's right. Everybody, you know, just as Yahushua said, he said, everyone that hates me loves death. And if you refuse the doctrine of Yahushua Mashiach, because we received this doctrine from him, you know, through the Spirit, man. And we believe that through faith. You know, if you hate his doctrine, you hate him. And therefore, if you hate him, you love death. Because he's the bringer of life, man. He's the first one who beaten death. There was a scripture.
It's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. You know, you have to have the word of YAHAWASHI, 100%, 100%. You know, you can't beat around the bush. You can't cherry pick the scriptures. You know, you have to believe everything it says. You know, you don't even have to take our word for it. You can look it up yourself. You can study yourself. To make yourself better, you know. So you see for yourself. You study the words. Skip a few things. There's a few things in the Bible you have to skip, like the name beasts. You know, just not to say it. You know, and just a simple title, just God. You need to look. You need to look more into it. You know what it actually means. What's actually his name?
The Heavenly Father and the Son and all the angels, all the prophets of old, they did not speak English. So what language did they speak? Do your research. Remember how the scripture state, study to make thyself approved.
Oh, I
roughly paraphrase.
What you think of that?
Yeah. Study to make thyself approved.
I also learned that Bill Gates of Hell. He's trying to say he's saying that everybody should be digitally ID'd globally. And he's in cahoots with the United Nations and you know and
he's basically the scapegoat. He's basically the scapegoat to make all the blame fall on him. That's why he's saying these things.
That's why he's the face. He's the face of this digital era, and he's known as a philanthropist. In other words, the care of humanity. That's what it means, pretty much.
And what's funny is that he talks about the man, I don't even know what the hell to talk about it. The hokey pokey. And the things for the name. That virus. I'm gonna say virus, but they can't have an algorithm for that. You know about the virus or whatever. And what is him? He's a digital guy. He's a geek.
He created.
Now what the hell? He created Microsoft. And the word Microsoft means small tech.
I'll be surprised. He's
small software.
Don't be surprised that he stole that idea. There's somebody that goes around like that and still not satisfied, and still going for
it's just the fact that if he's a tech guy, why the hell is he talking about things that are medical stuff? Exactly. See, he's a scapegoat. He's a scapegoat to take all the blame, so people's direction or their eye attention gets taken to him and not towards the ones in the background pulling the string.
And he's not going to care because the thing about it, if he gets blamed, he probably thinks that he got more money coming, more riches for him. gets to hide. He's been buying up a lot of lands, like Mickey D's, McDonald land. I don't know if you call all these other franchises. They're all the farms. He's been buying the farms where all these franchises depend on. You know, so according to the world, they say Elon Musk rat. You know, he's more like about the freedom. It's so twisted. He's more about the freedom, and Gates is more about control and population control and has some regulations here. So, in a twisted way, Gates is the bad guy, and in a twisted way, Elon Musk is the good guy. But then you notice that Elon Musk on a costume party that he dressed like Satan. And then
the dude's evil, man.
So it's what do they call that? Control
Opposition.
Control opposition. That's what it is. It's control opposition. So it's like no different than Democrats, Republicans, and you know what?
They represent themselves as, you know how it says in Revelation, referring to the beast. They represent themselves as harmless, referring to the beast having horns of a lamb.
Yeah.
Because horns of a lamb, they can't gore you. You know, just go straight through you, or just gore you. No, but they speak as a dragon. You know, so they represent themselves as harmless. But the things that they do, the things that they command, the things that they let out, is that of a threat. You know, that's what Esau. That's how Esau basically rolls.
They play good guy, bad guy.
That's why he says never trust thine enemy, for as iron rusts so is his wickedness. And not just that, there's also scriptures talking about somebody when you get that real quick. His words are smoother than butter. Let's get that.
And you know, it's the same thing as sports. You know, there's this team, that's their team,
Okay.
and this is their team. And it's no different than in wrestling. The good guys and the bad guys, but behind the scenes, they're good friends. You know, they attend each other's parties. You know,
a good point is UFC. UFC, they have a conference between the two, right? But they always end up in a fight, like making it seem like they always have a vendetta towards each other, like hating each other. And then all of a sudden, one of them throws something at the other one. The other one's trying to go at him. Somebody's blocking them. They're like, and look at this face off. But behind the scenes, they're actually like, man, you did cool, you did good. You know, they make it seem like they're against each other. And same thing with WWE. They make it seem like they're rivals, hate each other, and all these types of things. But behind the scenes, it's all staged.
it's also international. If you look at it like the elites, they think they're gods. So even though Russia hates Babylon, that's on their lower level. That this president doesn't like that president. But on top of it, the elites, they're just playing chess and putting bets. That's all they do. You know?
You know what's also funny? Remember when I showed you that how Elon Musk changed the symbol of Twitter? Remember how I told you I showed you that was actually an Illuminati symbol. It was like half the Illuminati symbol. It was a specific
right.
one.
That's right. That's a good point there. That new that Twitter account, that X, that's actually a part of what do they call that? I don't know what they call it, measuring scale, whatever. It's not a measuring scale. I forgot what they call it. I don't have a word for it. But that part of the corner of masonry, you know. Let me see if maybe I can get an image.
You got that? Get the screen?
Yeah.
Not really.
Do you talk about the shape of the thing they use to scale maps?
Yeah.
That type of thing?
Something
Oh,
like
I forgot what that's called.
I can show you.
Yeah, I forgot that. I forgot the name of that. No, read that precept.
Hey, one second. That.
That's right.
I forgot what it's
There
called.
it is.
Yeah, that's it.
Let me see if I'm brightening it up.
Oh, you found Much better.
As you can see,
Wow.
this is the logo. This is the logo of Twitter. You know, I don't know if you can you catch that?
Kind of looks like an Assassin's Creed symbol.
Let me see. Yeah, I can catch it. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, so you know they
I forgot what it is. I think it's used by a photographer. I think it's called.
And then focusing.
That's just way better photography.
I believe it's called that. You need to search that word.
Yeah, it ain't focusing.
photographer. Really?
It's CART. Yes, I was right. They use. Can you put what tools does a cartographer use? Yeah, you're not finding it. I forgot. Yeah.
Yo, brother Gabriela, he said, cartographic scale.
Cartographic scale.
I cannot pronounce that.
Unbelievable.
Let me just read it. This
show
photographer
'em, okay.
and photogrammetrist use information from geodetic survey, land survey that accounts for that.
It's the instruments that they use. Because nowadays they don't use that same tool. That's an old tool that they use. They basically put it on the map, and then they spin it to have an accurate You see it?
That's the standing one. That's the digital one. So you're gonna have to look at I remember using one of those in school.
Yeah, you use it on the map.
It had that little needle thing on one side.
Yeah.
The other one has a pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, read that precept, bro. You held it for too long
This is
now.
Psalms 55, verse 19. Yahweh shall hear and afflict them.
Yeah. Keep going.
Yahweh shall hear and afflict them, even he that abideth of old. No, bro, you should start. Yeah,
Wait, where are you?
Starting here.
No, start at just 21.
There it is.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's the old fashioned one. Not official.
It doesn't want to zoom in. I'm at focus. It's not focusing.
It's a horizon navigation. I remember seeing that
You
used.
didn't catch it?
I caught at the end.
That's Jehovah's name. That's God's name.
This is the Heavenly Father's name.
Yeah.
Right? It's an ancient Hebrew.
Yeah.
This is
I
Yahawah.
know.
This is Yahawah.
Okay.
It's not the letter J though.
The letter J wasn't created until 1524.
That's it.
That's it, bro.
So if they know that.
She got a Jehovah's Witness badge, but she won't go any further than that.
They stuck on stupid, man. That's the
They have
problem
a
with
zeal
them,
for the
man.
Most High, but not according to knowledge.
So if she know that, she should just throw that away, get out of that stupid religion.
That's right, man. You know, sons. Damn. You know? Yeah, Baba Kushari.
In Psalms 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
And that's how this devil approaches. This devil approaches speaking harmlessly, like he mean no harm. But just like in the movie, the old movie Planet of the Apes, you let them multiply, they become the most aggressive of SOBs on the whole planet. You know, and they want to take over every little ass thing. You know, like right now, what's going on in Mexico? They got this fentanyl problem going on, right? And all of a sudden, this devil took interest in war on drugs now. They're talking about they want to invade Mexico, right? To fight them drug cartels, right? But behind the scenes, they're not really after the drugs. It's because Mexico, they just found a deposit of lithium.
And they can make use of the drugs too.
And yeah,
by selling it.
So Mexico, they wanna do their own thing. But you know what? Since the devil now they call eye on that deposit, they want all on it because lithium costs, I think it's more than, what is it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Like more than $2 billion worth. Lithium is hard because you can make batteries, you can make medical needs and all that stuff. You know. So all that war and drugs is all bullshit. You know, just like the same bullshit this devil pushes all around the world. Go over there and we're fighting for our freedom. Nah, man. Motherfucker, you go over there for the resources. This is why this devil don't give a shit about poorer countries out there. When they want justice, they're not going to get their justice. This devil ain't going to go down there because they got nothing for him. You want something? They go out there, they just set up puppet leaders for more extraction, more resources get exploited. It's the same story since this Babylon kingdom got created. This devil is greedy and is never satisfied. You know, he had this what is it? Roughly paraphrase: desire is hell.
Oh,
you know,
desire is as hell. Yeah.
You know, he never satisfied. You know, he'll make this whole world into a wilderness, just like in that movie that
he takes peace from the earth. He takes peace from the earth. Everybody loves peace, man. But this dude, he doesn't love peace. He loves chaos.
He loves
whatever
wars.
he wants, he takes it with the sword. Just like when he was blessed with it. You know?
And that's the way this devil works. This devil, he loves war. He loves death. And the only way he's gonna love peace is if you do what he says, exactly what he says.
With a blade at your throat.
Exactly.
With a blade at your throat. You better love it, or you better love it, or else. You know, that's how he's that's how he rolls. You know, you better submit to his system or else. You know, he portrays himself to be an almighty, but he isn't.
This devil. Devil-mobile.
That's what the scriptures talk about putting your trust in the Most High, and then it talks about that his horses are flesh, but the Most High is spirit. You want to get that?
This devil makes list of things that he likes and things that he don't like. You know, he makes to find a way to accuse you, to find a way to make you look bad, to, you know, especially the elect. You know, they're trying to find a way to bring down the truth. You know, but this devil's doing that to the whole globe. You know, but he's not gonna do nothing to this truth. This truth is gonna keep coming out, and whatever he does, it's according to prophecy. You know,
Yeah,
this devil, the way he does things, you know, it goes into he makes categories pretty much. You know, which it says I'm gonna read it. This is from Google right here. It says categoria. That's etymologically from Greek. Categoria literally means accusation or charge. It's a rhetorical device in which the uses consist of exposing the negative acts or vices of one's adversary, and often done in adversary presence. You know, that's the devil loves that. That's why the devil goes all around you. See how many head counts he can have, so he can make a list and what he likes and what he don't like. This devil likes to accuse, man. He's an accuser. That's what Satan is. That's what he's
when he does census. When he does the census, he categorizes people. How much?
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, he does the census.
That's all. Even from the time of the Romans, you know.
Yeah, they did
all
the way back. Yep.
They did it to YAHAWASHI, you know. Joseph and Mary, YAHAWASHI, they want to see how many head counts in that city. And that's wicked, pretty much. That is wicked. Like how many head counts you had? I mean, just common sense. Oh, there's not a lot of views, you know. Go, pretty much go and multiply, you know. You know, like I don't want to mess it up. I don't wanna mess it up more than that. But basically, that's what happened to Benjamin. The tribe of Benjamin was, you could tell that it was very low, not many men. So Benjamin had to go and find wives.
Oh yeah.
You know, the tribe of Benjamin. You know, that's an example there. You know, you have to count how many heads are there. You can see the numbers.
Baba, could I read that, bro?
This is Isaiah 31, verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look, and you can see us out here. People see us as fools and stupid. And when shit starts going down, they start pressing down the MOTB. They don't know what we're gonna do. They can't fathom what faith is. They can't fathom what it is, and how we're gonna be protected. Oh, you know what's a great example?
Shalom, Yahawah, Shalom, Shalom.
The cover board, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI.
God, shalom, okay.
Are your brothers on the cover board? Yeah, right here. And I jumped right through it. What are y'all about to know? You know? This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahweh, and there shall no torment touch them." And we believe that by faith, that nothing bad is going to happen to us. Of course, some of us are going to be put to death, but we have the spirit to endure through that. You know? No torment's going to, even if they're going to go, Esau's going to put some of us to death, we're not tormented by it. We're not tormented. Oh, please don't kill me. No, we're not afraid of that shit, man.
We know what comes after that. You know?
Yeah, we know what comes after that. We know that we get put to death. It's a great honor. You know? Oh, there is that in the last chapter. In the chapter before, it says right here, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 verse 22, it says, "As for the mysteries of Yahweh, they knew them not, neither hoped they for the rages of the blameless, nor discerned a reward for the blameless souls." The blameless souls are the ones that died for being accused. They were accused and they were murdered. That's what murder is. When you kill somebody through premeditated killing, without a justified reason, that's murder. Yes, there is murder and there is killing in the scriptures. Kill and murder are two separate things. Killing someone for justification reasons, like for example, the person murdered a shit ton of people, you know, you have the right to kill that person. You know? That person murdered a shit ton of people, you have the right to kill that person. Alright? And then there's murder when you kill somebody without a justified reason. That's murder. So there's two differences between them both. Now I'm gonna go back to the point. Esau's a murderer. If he kills us for serving Yahawah, we are a blameless soul. That makes him a murderer. That makes judgment happen upon him. Even worse than when he didn't murder us. You know? So continuing, it says, but we're still not tormented by it, even if Esau tries to kill us.
That's why you gotta know what you're getting yourself into. And that's true. It's not about that just because you're in this true, everything good is gonna happen. No, it's gonna get worse.
It's gonna get worse. But at the end of it, what the difference is that at the end of it is a complete different story than if you don't serve Yahweh. You know, it's either you die with regret or you die without regrets.
That's why
so which one is it?
It's a bad thing. That's why it's a bad thing to live just by mirth all the time.
Yeah.
Party.
Like,
Have fun.
You're gonna have a good time while you're alive, but when you die, then what? Then what? You know?
It makes you weak. It makes you super weak because you're too relaxed.
We'd rather suffer our afflictions, man. Now, we'd rather kill our reputation in this world. You know? We'd rather serve Yahawah and stand boldly for those names.
You gotta look at it this way. It's like if you're exercising, right? You gotta punish yourself, and you notice that you're becoming stronger. You're becoming stronger,
Man, you can
right?
See can see now, because right now it's the Day of Atonement, we are to afflict ourselves. And since we're afflicting our flesh, we're closer to the spirit than we are to the flesh. You know?
So that's how you grow your spirit, you know, and it helps your mind. Your mind has more capacity, you know, because your flesh is not in control. Like your flesh is fighting. I mean, you're fighting. It's like your flesh is going to be powerless. Your flesh will still wrestle with you, but your mind is dominant because you it's like you're curving. How you say? You're curving the. It's like saying. Curving the beast, lack of better words, you know, making it submit to you, that flesh, you know. That's why when it's just like I said, when you exercise, you become stronger, you become more durable. Or when you work really hard, you become a hardened person.
That's what you're trying to find, right? The word tame.
You tame, exactly. That's what it is. The water, you know. So that's what it is. You become more hardened. You become more seasoned. You know, it's true. You know, that's why when you get in this truth and you teaching out there, you gotta know what you're getting yourself into, because you putting yourself in danger in this world. And at the same time, you gotta have that faith that YAHAWASHI is going to protect you. You know, you gotta have that faith. And when somebody come at you and try to whether it be accuse you or say whatever in front of your face and try to go against this word, you just stand boldly. You know,
and let not the incredulity of them trouble them. You know, because YAHAWASHI said he's going to make our head adamant against theirs. So they're going to try to bash us, not physically, but verbally and with their fucking vain ass belief, and they're going to try to bash against ours. But it's like slamming their head against a brick wall. It ain't going nowhere. You're just going to hurt yourself, and that's why the scriptures say that the wicked flee when no man chases. You know, because you're standing firm. You know, and they're gonna be the one going away, not us.
That's why if you get your heads chopped off for this truth, you're actually a true martyr. You know, because they say they run us up. You still gotta still have that same mentality. Yeah, okay, let's go through this process.
Remember how YAHAWASHI said,
I'm getting my head chopped off. Okay,
seek ye the kingdom of heaven first. So throughout in that entire process, you better be thinking of YAHAWASHI in the kingdom. The reward of, if they put you to death and you have that belief for YAHAWASHI all the way through, you have the reward of the kingdom. That is a beautiful reward, man. Because through the kingdom, you obtain immortality. You obtain new bodies. You're never going to go off then. That's a worthy death, man. That is worthy. That's a warrior death. You know? So I'm going to read this. I'm going to continue with this. I'm going to reread the first verse. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 verse 1, it says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahweh, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery. And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. So when people see us, that's why it said they can't fathom what faith is, man. They can't fathom it. You know? What is the word fathom? It means they can't comprehend it. You know? Because in these coming times, people are going to be oppressed from the left and right. You know? They're going to be oppressed by the outside world, by their own family, by their own children, because they can't eat. You know, if you don't take the arm fighting, you know, if you have YAHAWASHI with you, that's the only way. You have to have YAHAWASHI with you for you to survive in those times. Of course, there's going to be a lot of people who don't take the arm fighting, which is the mark of the beast. There's going to be a lot of people that don't take it, that don't know the name of the Heavenly Father and the Son. Yet they're going to die of starvation. They're going to die of starvation then, man. You need the name of the Heavenly Father and the Son. You need to have this truth. You need to do your work. Do your study. You know? Survive what is to come. Remember the scripture said how oh, you generation of vipers, how can you escape the damnation of hell? That was spoken by our teacher all the way back in the ancient times, man.
It's always the same thing. You Jakes don't want to heed to this, you know.
But we know by faith that we're gonna be all right because we have YAHAWASHI with us. Somebody want to get that scripture? That the name of the name of the Heavenly Father is a strong tower. No, He's our solitude. No, I want somebody to get that, and I want somebody to get the word solitude. The word solitude. Etymology or definition, doesn't matter. I don't think there's a word like that. You got the precept, bro?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
This is Proverbs 18, verse 10. The name of the Lord, Yahweh, is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
The righteous running into it is safe. And it's safe from all the chaos out here. You know, all the oppression and everything, man. In these coming days. So why do YAHAWASHI for allowing us to be within this truth? To having our eyes enlightened. You know?
A state of being alone. Okay, solitude. A state of being alone, remoteness from society. Loneliness, directly from Latin solitudium.
Is it solitude? No. Okay, it's not solitude.
But it goes more like being alone, remoteness from society. Because this is the world, this is society.
This is not the one that I wanted. It was a certain word that expressed there was a certain word that expressed basically evil. It's not that. There was a certain word that expressed safety. Can you search the word definition for safety? Or safe? Because there's a certain word. Oh, no, the definition for it, because I'm going to see the synonym. I want to see the definition.
Sheltered?
Definition.
Eh?
Wait, give me a second. No, it's not sheltered.
Secure?
I keep forgetting because it's attached.
Exactly.
No, there was a certain word that I remembered.
Just look at
Guess it won't help that.
look at the synonym.
Protected from harm and danger, shielded, sheltered, guarded, defended, secured. I think it was this one.
This whole time.
Yeah, I think it was secure. Secure is fixed it or fastened, so as not to give away, become, lose, or be lost. You know, and we're gonna be secure. I guess that's the lack of better words, because I thought it was something else, but you know, we're going to be secure within that strong tower, which is the name of YAHAWASHI. You know how it says in Zechariah, it says that the Heavenly Father is going to be a fire round about us, representing as a wall. You know, we're going to be a city without walls, because no one's going to touch us, Because we have YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. He protects us. That's why. You know? And we're the apple of his eye. BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI.
I got some more research. This is Psalms chapter 89, verse 18. For Yahawah is our defense, and the Holy One of Israel is our King.
He's our defense, man. You know, without YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, you know, that's how the heathens know if we don't have YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, we're for the taking. And how these heathens do. You know, it says that in Galatians where the spirit of the flesh.
I got another little precept. This is Psalms 94 and 22. But Yahawah is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge. Say, without Yahawah BAHASHAM you can't do anything else without Yahawah BAHASHAM.
We'll be wasted away.
You know?
We'll be wasted away. But he's our rock that keeps us planted. He's our anchor in the ocean. If we don't have an anchor in the ocean, we're going to drift away.
That's why when we went up, what did Yahawah BAHASHAM do? He uprooted us. This is why we catch all kinds of hell.
We're literally like a ship in the ocean. Us as Israelites, we're literally a ship in the ocean. We don't have YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. We lost our anchor. We're just going to drift away as a people.
We drift out at sea.
Yeah, until we remember ourselves, remember our power, we turn back onto him, we receive our anchor back again.
That's why he put us away.
In place.
Just like in the ancient time, like a wife, he put us away. You know? It was exactly a divorce. But it was a divorce nonetheless. And so the groom is YAHAWASHI.
This is Galatians chapter 4, verse 29. It says, But as then he that was born after the flesh persecuted him that was born after the spirit. Even so it is now. You know, and that's how it's always been, man. That's how it's always been. You know, people persecuted us. You know, when we lost our power. You know, because these heathens know, man. These heathens know if we don't have our power, we lost our defense. You know, and we're a defenseless city. And, you know, we're just there for the taking for our enemies.
We're the only, as a nation, if Israel would have been a whole nation together, you know, we will be the only nation that don't require no actual swords, no actual guns, because at the end of the day, our real arsenal was Yahawah BAHASHAM.
That's right.
He's our real power, you know? And all the other nations, in order for their defense, they had to believe in their swords, they had to believe in their
AA cannons.
Yeah, they had to believe all these other things.
They got to have the Iron Dome. They got to have, that's how you know the Amalekites over there in the land aren't Israelites. Because we didn't need defenses like that. We had the angels.
Yeah, and Amalek, they got nukes over there in fake Israel domain that they have over there.
I can't help but mention Esau has hypersonic missiles. You know, majority of the time their defense systems can't even reach those hypersonic missiles because they're so fucking fast, right? But you see the angels literally just zip up close to it, flying at the same speed, you know, shooting beams of lights at it, you know, making it, getting knocked out of the sky, and just zip away. You know, bro.
Which explains this is why all these angels are in control of all their nuclear arsenals.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's, when this devil notice that they don't have control of it, they say,
they make threats at each other, but they know they can't press the button because it'll be knocked out of the sky. And they know that. They know that. They know that they don't have control over it. Even if they try to launch it, if Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI does not give the order, if the Heavenly Father Yahawah does not give the order to do so, that shit ain't launching. It ain't launching.
So even if Russia decides, you know, it has a, let's say Vladimir Putin has a huge fit because Biden or somebody says something really stupid about him that he got that he got a huge mole on his face. He got all pissed off about it, right? And he has a fit and he pressed that button. Nothing's going to happen because it's not going by prophecy, you know.
And even when they don't want to launch it, the angels can literally put in the verification.
Or the way Yahawah BAHASHAM is going to make it, he's going to send an angel to make him press it like because they got mad.
Like X-Men.
Oh, that's
Remember
right.
the X-Men? They Apocalypse amplified Dr. Xavier's powers. And he brainwashed he took control of the people who were in the missile silos, wherever they were. made them shoot it all up into space.
And that's
He's like, what are you doing? And the dude's like walking all like he didn't even know what the fuck was going on.
that's why they got these and it's not just the button. See, the button is a metaphor because it's always been used in movies. There's a red button that you open it, you open it with keys, open it.
Yeah, they get it open the key simultaneously.
Now they
after
got
putting in codes and shit like that, and they have to press it at the same time.
Yeah, now it's like synchronized or however you imagine it. But it's there. You know, if they don't have control of it, there's nothing they can do about it. And even if they have these people in charge of the missile silos, you know, they get tormented by angels. They say, oh man, we can't do nothing. But once the angel disappear, after like a year or two, they go like, well, at least it's just studying on stuff. Does it still work? Yeah, it still works. Now they still think they got control. But at the end of the day, when they think they're so sure, like, you know what, let me press, they're not going to have control of it. Those missiles are there for a purpose. And it's only for YAHAWASHI is going to make it that purpose, to destroy this whole messed up, raggedy, shitty,
fucked up kingdom.
butt-stained kingdom here, you know? Exactly, you know?
I wanted to say that.
Smells like shit in here already.
I wanted to say that our people are nothing without YAHAWASHI.
Yeah.
That's why in the ancient times, all the amazing things our people have done, that wasn't us. All that glory was YAHAWASHI.
That's why the glory always has to be given to YAHAWASHI. You know?
We're people that were created to be stronger than the other people. You know? And we're still strong. We're still strong, like, physical wise and stuff like that, but we don't have YAHAWASHI no matter how strong we are. You know? We literally can't win against our enemy unless YAHAWASHI proves of it.
Because we are a bunch of cell phones with no chargers. That's what we are.
Right.
You know, and our main charge is YAHAWASHI. You know? You know, so
I guess.
Well, I had to make that an analogy, pretty much. You know, we're a bunch of cars with gas is running out.
Yo, you know,
and we still need YAHAWASHI to keep us, you know, running. You know.
You know, that's funny because our greatest weakness is us falling off from YAHAWASHI. But our greatest advantage is being with YAHAWASHI.
That's what happened. Israel got too proud, too boastful, and look what happened. They also rejected the words of YAHAWASHI. And this is why we're in this condition right now.
Following other gods.
Exactly. That's
Sorry,
even worse.
breaking the first commandment.
And Yahweh is a jealous power. You know, he's not going to tolerate that kind of thing. You know?
That's why.
In what makes him even angry is because there's no other gods but him. When you worship something that's dead, something that don't even exist.
Right.
You know?
You know, and that's why
He
today,
probably smacking us behind our heads, calling us idiots because we're worshiping something stupid that doesn't even exist. Something that we carve out of our own hands.
that's why today specifically, you know, we're on the Day of Atonement. And the Day of Atonement is a mandatory fast to atone for your sins. You know? It's a mandatory dry fast. It's not like how the the Ishmaelites do it. The Ishmaelites, they're allowed to eat and drink at a specific time. You know, it's not how they do it. They do it for an entire month. They call it the month of Ramadan, or whatever it's called. You know. But the Ishmaelites, they don't do fasting break. On their month, it's like they afflict themselves by they're allowed to drink. You know, on a mandatory fast.
Yeah, Ishmael, they're like pretty much like an elementary fasting, pretty much. You know, he's going to stay elementary. You know, we in Day of Atonement, we got to. And it's optional. You could do a wet fast, or you could do a dry fast. But dry fast is harsher, but at the end, it gives you a lot more results than the wet fasting. Wet fasting, you can use it as training and get used to it until you do dry fasting. You know, and it'll weaken you. Your body will fight itself. You'll feel weak, but then some point in there, when you push it, your body all of a sudden is getting that energy again.
Because your body is basically punishing you. It's punishing you for not eating stuff like that. You know. But after you do it many times, it's like
Doesn't bother you.
it's not that hard.
So when the famine hits, you know, you'll handle it a lot better.
There may be days when it lads, you will eat. You will eat. YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI will pretty much see you. You know?
Yo, I have no doubt that we'll eat in the end times, because how there was a barrel that kept refilling, and how there was even birds giving food to other.
You get the birds, you get the barrel that kept refilling. This is referring to Elijah, and you got YAHAWASHI with the fish and the bread. You know, so it fed a multitude, and it was only referring to the men. I think he was talking about there, but the women and children were a whole different number. You know, it was just a massive multitude. He fed them with like 2 fish and bread.
There's gonna be a point. There's gonna be a point that YAHAWASHI is gonna test you to a point of a limit. Because there's gonna be a time that it seems hopeless. It seems hopeless, and now he's gonna see if you're gonna crack. But if you still hold fast and you believe in him, no matter what, he's still gonna cover you.
Yo,
and look, a perfect example will be I'm not thinking YAHAWASHI foremost, the perfect example, you know, and Job, you know, and all the other prophets that they went through hunger,
you know,
they get taken care of.
You have to gotta remember that don't lose faith, even if you die, because we've already devoted our lives to YAHAWASHI.
Yeah, how I imagine it is that if they try to kill us, we're not even going to feel the pain. We're just going to instantly be in the new bodies. It's like an instant access.
Did we not already give up our lives?
Yeah, we're giving up our lives. We give up our lives out here, man. You know, killing our reputation out here, man. And, you know, giving our entire selves to YAHAWASHI. Though our righteousness is as dirty rags, YAHAWASHI is going to be that full of soap and cleanse us from that. You know, but the rest of 2/3, they're going to be super full of soap by the way of fire. You know, YAHAWASHI, you know, YAHAWASHI is going to wipe us clean, make us pure and spotless and blameless to YAHAWASHI. This is why Yahweh always wanted a spotless and blameless sheep when spotless. That's why he always wanted a spotless and no blemish sheep sacrifice for the nation of Israel. But YAHAWASHI being that one and only sheep, that's enough for a whole forever. You know, and all of them that follow him. You know, referring to you Israelites, because we're scattered abroad amongst all nations, man. We could be in the midst of any of these nations, calling ourselves that we are those nations. But when we hear the scriptures, when we hear this doctrine, we tick with it, man. You know.
This is Matthew chapter 19, verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And YAHAWASHI said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Referring to the 12,000 of each of those tribes, because they're going to be 12,000 kings each, and not all of them are going to be stationed here on earth. You know, we're going to be scattered all over the place, man.
And
all over the. And I'm pretty sure you can set up other kings too, because you're pretty much going to be the king of kings over those.
Yeah, they have a name for that. I forget. Right hand? No, it's not right hand. They have King Sparrow.
I forgot. I think I know what you're talking about. I'm talking about there's head kings and then there's lower kings after that.
Yeah, I forgot.
It's still a king.
What is it?
See, that's how you got the Iron Throne ruler over all the other kingdoms. But there's still kings over there. It's just that the Iron Throne is ruler over the rest of the other kingdoms. You know, and YAHAWASHI, he's going to be king. He's going to be the king of kings.
King of kings.
And above him is going to be the King of Kings, and Lord of Lords, and God of Gods. You know.
And that's glorious, even the way it sounds.
Yeah.
You know.
So we're not going to be just here, stationed here on earth. You know, just as YAHAWASHI said, my Father has many mansions. You know, Yahawashi will be the one setting up the mansion, which is referring to here over here now on the earth. You know, and the earth. I mean, the mansions represent the other planets, right? So we're gonna be. It's not going to just be here on Earth. We're going to be scattered on the other planets, and that's why Esau, when he looks at the telescopes and he looks at the other planets, he dreams. He dreams of setting up colonies on them. You know, he believes that he can successfully do it with his technology.
And I won't be surprised that he gets angry.
Completely incorrect. He's never going to go there.
I won't be surprised he gets looking at that. He dreams and dreams, and he gets frustrated, taking on us.
He gets frustrated, man, and he hasn't even explored the depths of the ocean.
It's too much.
You know, what much more than the depths of the of space, man, of the heavens.
And I got more. It says Matthew chapter 19. You know, I'll read it again. And Yahawashi said unto them, Matthew chapter 19, Matthew chapter 19, verse 28. And Yahawashi said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And every one that hath forsaken houses, and brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive an hundredfold, and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. You know, and you already know who's going to be last in the kingdom.
And who's first right now? We know who's first right now is going to be last in the kingdom. And this goes all the way back to Jacob and Esau. You know, Esau came out first, but who held his heel? Jacob. That's the similitude. That's the similitude of this kingdom and the next kingdom afterward. Jacob's going to pull down Esau. Jacob's the one that was stronger than the other. You know?
This kingdom is going to be. When this devil gets taken down, and
it's going to go down rapidly. It's going to be like that snowball that goes down the hill, and not only gets larger, it gets faster. While it's going down, it gets faster. You know, that's why you go to Habakkuk, the second chapter. It literally tells you, though it tarry, wait for it, for it shall surely come. It will not tarry. You know, emphasis on not, man.
Man, it reminds me of this scripture here. This is Luke chapter 10, verse 18. And this is Yahawashi speaking. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven.
That's how fast it's going to go, man. Remember how the scriptures talk about it's going to take nothing but an hour for the entirety of Esau's kingdom, not just here in America, or all these heathens. All these heathens, an hour. So the whole dominion of the entire world, the modern age as you know it, it's going to be gone in an hour.
So think about it. It's an hour, right? But in the eyes of YAHAWASHI, how does it look like? He beheld Satan fall as lightning.
That's right, man.
So it will be like, okay, it's over. Okay, the kingdom. That's it.
Yeah.
You know?
Be set up, man. You know, it won't be right away. We don't know how long it's going to take, but
yo, imagine
we know that the kingdom's going to be set up right after Esau, right after his destruction.
Imagine the power he's going to be coming down with.
Yeah, right.
I always pictured that he just.
Yeah. All I know is that when it shows up, I'm gonna get goosebumps.
I always pictured
chills down my spine.
I always pictured that the Lord would just do this. He would just do this, and like a bunch of lightning will come down, just wiping out entire cities.
You imagine the booms that'll cause.
Yeah.
The lightning sounds.
Tearing the ground upwards.
And you see the documentaries. There's documentaries of nukes when it hits. They say it takes decades and decades and more decades for the earth to fix itself after the whole destruction. But there have been videos of a chariot flying, and this is a chemtrail. And the chariot just get rid of the chemtrail. He clear it out, and that was it. So imagine that whole power coming to earth. Everything get destroyed. It seems like, oh, it's going to take years or decades or centuries for the earth to be repaired. But YAHAWASHI can just like, okay, it's over. Kingdom time. Pretty much. You know? And then Esau's going to be stuck with cleaning up, freaking burying bodies.
That continuing employment.
Continuing employment. You know, non-stop. There's always going to be job posted. See what I mean? We're going to have a perfect kingdom.
Oh, see,
Yeah, you know?
they're going to be the ones posted. They're not going to be the ones looking at a sign and go like, oh, I'm going to go get hired. No, it ain't going to be like that.
No, we're going to be summoning your ass and get your ass in here and
We're
get
going
to
to
work.
have you clean it.
You know?
We're going to have you clean it and bury bodies and do all sorts of things, man.
Plenty of labor stuff to do.
And it ain't
you
going to
know?
end there, man. You got to build up our kingdom.
Exactly.
You got to refine gold, refine silver,
Yo,
Yeah, we're gonna be
refine gems. You say all the gems that's refined in Revelation, all the representation of each tribe. You know, you're gonna be refining and you're gonna be chipping at it. You know, you're gonna be cutting at it.
I have already mentioned. You see how Esau is? He got mining fields out there that he opens out the ground and just to dig for either gold, diamonds, or any other jewelry. And he leaves that shit open in this destroying landscape. Now what we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it in the spiritual sense. Hey, dig in there. Oh, this diamond's right there. Go dig that shit up. And by the time they find it, okay, cover all that shit up.
That's
You know,
just like,
make it
that's
nice
so
and neat
true.
how it
That's
was.
so
You
true.
know.
There's a scripture talk about what he did unto us fell unto a double. So if he made his mind, he has to mine, and then when he's done, he has to close up the mine.
And make sure everything is nice and dandy. And make
He
sure
has to close it up.
It's
try
gonna
not to hurt anything around there. That's your punishment.
it's gonna suck for Esau in the kingdom because you know how we made Esau's crap when we were in slavery. How we made all his good machinery and stuff like that. In the kingdom, it's gonna be 100 times worse for him because the stuff that he's gonna need to build is gonna be so complex
It's
and
gonna be
big.
complex. Not just that. When he chops down trees and he lays the waste for the trees, he has to plant them right afterwards. He has to plant new ones. He's gotta plant new ones.
And he better do it right.
And he better do it right. And he better tend to it.
And we gotta
You kill
give
those
him
trees, now
instructions.
you have to regrow them.
He's gonna have to follow through righteousness. He's gonna have to follow the laws of the land. You know, they leave it alone every 7 years. Don't mess with it. You know, that's your ass.
And the heathens too.
You know?
The heathens are gonna get some too, man.
Esau's
What they
just gonna have
what
to, right?
they feeling onto us, we're gonna be feeling onto them double too. You know
And
what they've done to us.
You nations
All the
are
rest
gonna
of
pay dearly for real. You know, and by the end of 1,000 years, you nation's gonna have it good. It's just Esau's gonna be gone.
Yeah, the reason Esau's gonna get worse is because he dealt with us worse than the rest of you nations, man.
We're gonna punish
But
you in righteousness.
but you nations are gonna get it too.
But be glad you're not Esau.
You'll be happy that you're not Esau. Because after those 1,000 years, you could go off and go on to and settle all your own lands.
You devils are lucky you don't that we're gonna do this in righteousness. That you're not gonna have nobody's gonna plug up your ass and shit. Everything's gonna be done in righteousness. You know? You're gonna be crying, hey, don't punish me that bad. I promise you I'll make you this job. No. It's gonna stay bad. And like the parable of Lazarus, you know, when he was in the poor state and he was eating off the crumb of the riches. When the time came that he was on top, and you devils were burning down there, you devils were saying, like just you know, rough and perfect. Maybe I have to get that. Okay. Just give me a drop of water on my tongue. Pretty much like lighten my burden. You know? Nah, you got a lot of nerve, man. Did you give us a break when you were punishing us?
That's true, man.
You
You
know?
made us work until our bones fell off. You know, and what's funny is that Esau's gonna work until his bones fall off, right? And right when he dies, he gets resurrected again. You know, and the bones are gonna come right back on, and he has to continue work. Who said your bones could fall off? Who said? I mean, not bones. I mean, who said your muscles could fall off? Did anybody tell you you can fall down to die? Who said you can fall down to die?
Get more lashes
Yeah.
for that.
You get lashes for it.
That's an occurrence. You know,
Shit, bro.
that's an automatic write-up. We're gonna have to revive you, and punish you for that. You know, because you died in the middle of work. It's like saying no sleeping on a job. You're gonna say no dying in the middle of a job. You know.
Right.
You know, and since you can't handle the hot weather, yeah, we're gonna have some of you work in a really cold weather because you do a lot of you Edomites like the cold weather. We're gonna make you work in a goddamn fucking blizzard.
They're gonna be so happy on the Sabbath days, man. The new moons, the high holy days. They're gonna be so happy. But we're just gonna make them work extra the next day.
You're gonna love.
So they're gonna be happy about it, but they're also gonna be dreadful about the next day. So it's gonna be like Monday. Now, we dread about the Mondays. When you have a day off on the weekends,
The first day.
you always dread about the Mondays.
Actually, the first day, because there's only going to be like one day off.
Yeah, you always dread about the
righteous.
Mondays nowadays in Esau's world. He's gonna dread 2 times worse in the kingdom.
Yo, I can.
He's going to love that Sabbath, those Sabbaths.
The Sabbath days, in the high holy days, and the new moons, he's gonna love those.
I can guarantee you, I'm gonna make Esau build towers in the very cold areas. You know how he made us build very, very tall structures, and a lot of us fell and died. I'm gonna make Esau do that in the snow places, where it's blizzarding and very high winds.
You know what? For this devil, there will be no Friday night fun because the next day is going to be a day off. No, your ass is going to work. Your ass is going to work, and your ass is going to work. Okay, here comes the Sabbath. Okay, you get to rest. You're going to love that Sabbath. There won't be no last day or this is my Friday. No, it's over. You know.
What the fuck is this? We got clowns, man.
Representation of Babylon.
This is the world. This is the world we live in, man.
Aye.
They gotta come back to YAHAWASHI. They follow all kinds of
Look at
habits.
clowns, man.
What the hell is that, man? Commemorating the Clowns Day or some shit?
It's 15%.
Look at close up to me.
It's like,
I don't know what's that all about. He had a yeah, it skips August. Nope. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know what the hell it is called. Celebrate, but they celebrate madness.
oh, that's some whack shit, man. Look like clowns, man.
Like they have
Walking, man. It's literally dead people. That's dead people, man. We just watch zombies walk past them.
zombies trying to wear suits.
They literally look like clowns. They got the big baggy pants, you know, and then it stops at like the ankle, and then they got like shoes, and then they have like this weird ass mask that looked like it was painted, and smiles, and look like clowns.
But meanwhile, they have to go to Sunday church and worship the Virgin Mary, you know, and Caesar Borgia. On top of that, it's just madness on top of madness. You know, they worship the Day of the Dead. They worship all kinds of shit.
I really hate how they never question their lifestyles.
Because they get brought up since a child, and it's the most normal thing for them. And it's just madness.
It reminds me of that game, The Happy Few, again.
That's Jake. That's Jake right now. The happy few is they so. A lot of you Jakes, you think you're happy, but you're not happy. This is why you all go out in the corner smoking blunt. You go on, you bullshit a lot, wants to party a lot, but when you go home, you miserable as hell, and you gotta play music all the time, be in mirth all the time. You know. And you women that will try, you women, all Israel, you know. You think you're all independent, but you are, a lot of you taking freaking antidepressants, taking all kinds of drugs, you know? And in order to make yourself feel better, one of you wear wigs, you wear makeup, trying to make yourself trying to look yourself so good that you look like clowns, you know? You might as well go to fucking Ringling Brothers. What you got? I like to go ranting.
Listen to this. Psalm in the 6th chapter, 7th chapter, in 8th chapter, and it goes hand in hand with Ecclesiastes, the 6th chapter. Listen to this. I'm gonna read it. This is Proverbs chapter 2, verse 1. I'm gonna read chapter 2 and 3. The one like before the phone almost dies, we have to close up. Alright, so this is Proverbs chapter 2, verse 1. It says, my son, if thou wilt receive my words, and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thy ear unto wisdom, and apply thine heart to understanding. Yea, if thou criest after knowledge, and lifted up thy voice for knowledge, if thou seekest her as silver, and searchest her as hid treasures, then shalt thou understand the fear of Yahawah, and find the knowledge of Yahawah. Shim YAHAWASHI. For the Yahawah giveth wisdom, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. He layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous. He is a buckler to them that walk uprightly. He keepeth the paths of judgment, and preserveth the way of saints. Then shalt thou understand righteousness, and judgment, and equity, yea, every good path. You know, and we understand every good path, right? I'm assuming that goes hand in hand with whatever the fuck that is.
Like politics.
So I'm gonna continue. So it says, when wisdom enter into thy heart, and knowledge is placed in thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee. Understanding shall keep thee. Some of the word discretion. Get that definition of. Yo, you heard?
I got it.
Yeah, say it.
I think it goes hand in hand with circumcision. Yeah, that's right. Circumspect, pretty much circumspect. Circumspection right there. So discretion is the quality of behaving or speaking in such a way to avoid causing offense or revealing private information.
And what do we do on YouTube? You know,
We have to remain in order.
We have to stay in discretion. You know
what a perfect example is when brothers, when they don't know something, they keep their mouth shut because they don't want to say something off and let away the sheep that are listening.
Sometimes keep your mouth shut will make you more intelligent than opening your mouth.
Right,
so when we speak,
a foolish man regards no mind.
Exactly. So when you speak the words of YAHAWASHI, and what the Lord has to say, you know, you have to bat an ear and listen. And then when there's certain questions arise, then you can ask the right questions. You don't ask the most foolish one. Like why you guys wearing that like that, and why it has to be that color? You know, stupid shit like that, man.
Remember this scripture I was talking about, that a wise man is ready to hear. You know, but a foolish man just, you know, he regards no time with his mouth, or something like that. It's not to regard no time with his mouth. I'm just using that as from another precept as that one, because I don't remember exactly that said there.
That's why there's some fools that they look like they're wise, but once they open their mouth,
that's
it's
it.
over.
You
and
know.
we have those. We have those.
There's a scripture about that one too. A foolish man seems wise when he doesn't open his mouth, but the moment he opens it, you get 5%, 10. The moment he opens it, then he's shown.
And that's
There's
what we
scripture talking about that.
And we had bug outs like that. We had bug outs. We had bug outs that actually were listening, and then all of a sudden they become a total demon.
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
Right. Like, oh, they're wise at first, but then they open up their mouth, then it shows. You know, the spirit reveals it. So continuing with Proverbs, it says, when wisdom entered into thy heart, and knowledge is cleansed unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee. See, discretion does preserve us. You know, when you hear sometimes on videos, it says discretion advised. So you gotta keep
viewers' discretion is advised.
So you have to keep your ears out just in case. In case.
Like
so
in case,
it's the
like,
same thing when you watch a video, but you don't know if they're of the doctrine of GMS. So you gotta listen to what doctrine they're speaking, so you can discern which doctrine they're speaking of.
It's like when the TV says viewer discretion is advised. It's like when family members are sitting down watching a TV show or movie or whatever, you know, and then they have to keep an eye in case something off comes about.
Yeah.
And by the minute the child goes, then quickly you gotta. It's not like this. It's part of the movie. You gotta explain to them. You know,
So,
but that's mostly for like Edomite. But it's an example.
yeah.
Your discretion is advised. You have to use that wisdom. You know, so you could be aware of what can happen or what can be shown in front of your face.
So why do YAHAWASHI for giving us that circumspect mindset to make sure that our goings are the right goings, and we don't even try or attempt to take a step into wickedness, man. So I'm gonna continue.
Don't confuse paranoia with being circumspect. You know.
That's right. That's like being righteous. You're like,
Paranoia is too
if you're
much.
doing it for righteousness' sake, you'll destroy yourself. So continuing, it says, to deliver thee from the way of evil, from the evil man. It's like it. But deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man. It says from the man that speaketh froward things, which means awkward or perverse or something that's not right.
It's off.
You know, off. You know, it says who leave the paths of the who leave the paths of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness, who rejoice to do evil and delight in the frowardness of the wicked. It says whose ways are crooked, and they froward their paths, to deliver thee from the strange woman, even from the stranger, which flattereth with her words. It says, which forsaketh the guide of her youth, and forgetteth the covenant of her God. It says, for her house inclineth unto death, and her paths unto the dead. None that go unto her return again, neither take thy hold of the paths. Neither take they hold of the paths of life. This is, you know how wisdom is referred as a woman, so is wickedness. You know, wickedness is that whore. You know that you got that whore. You know that's why Babylon the Great is referred as the daughter of Babylon, or the whore of the earth. You know, he's basically a representation of wickedness as a whole. The whole goings of her leads to death.
A very loose woman.
About 5%.
Very forward,
You know.
5%, man. I'm not even gonna get to the next chapter. We can get that in the next camp, as well as the other.
I still
Wisdom
got
songs.
Proverbs 1.
Yeah, I know, but
We'll bring it next time.
we're gonna start with the book. You know, we started through the spirit overall. I'm gonna finish this and we just. It says. It says that thou mayest walk in the way of good men and keep the paths of the righteous. For the upright shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it. It says, but the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and transgressors shall be rooted out of it. Right.
All right, we're gonna close up real quick. All right, everybody face the east. All praises, honor, and glory to
Yahawah,
BAHASHAM,
BAHASHAM,
BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM.
Once again, give double honors past the elders of Great Millstone. The one on the camp session was edifying your brothers out there. A few meta sisters. I'm gonna leave it up. The Shema prayers. So Shema Yasharallah, Yahawah Allah Hayinawa, Yahawah Achad,
Abba.
And you know, Shabbat Shalom. And the one that you had a good atonement. You know, fasting. You know, Shalom, Shalom.